the process view using sequence diagram for MeanStack. As you can see, there's three tiers here. Is the front end, back end, and data tier. I'm going to show you the red ones that are basically the Angular front end, which is this one, the bookstore. The gray ones is your back end with Node.js Express and using Mongoose as the ODM connector, which is this one. And last one is a database, and I abstracted using a cloud solution provider using MongoDB Atlas and uses the MongoDB database, which is a NoSQL database. Okay, so the process for when a user interacts, basically, it goes first to the front end. First goes to this folder, the source app, and then goes to the app routing module. It checks the necessary path of what the user enters, and then after going to that, it would go to the respective view to load that, see, or component, okay, and grabs that view. For example, the books component was called, it would now call the this HTML and CSS, and basically grab that, and now it will now interact with the controller, which is going towards to the service factory, which is api.service, and now it would want to make the call to the backend, okay, which is a RESTful endpoint. And then now going to the backend, we have the route again, not this one. So the app.ts would basically have the router here down there with the respective post, get, put, delete, request, and with the respective paths and respective controller. So once the backend knows which path were entered for means a RESTful endpoint that was requested, it will now send it back to the controller. Now, let's say the controller was a while ago with fetch books, it will now have a callback function and now communicate with the database. But before that, because this is controller slash model, this is a controller, it goes to the model and find that respective fetch books. Again, another callback. It goes to the MongoDB here, process that query. It goes back here, it gets the data, and the callback is now done. This one gets to be finished, and the callback is done. Now the backend has the all necessary data, and now it can send back a response using JSON format. And now it goes to the front end. The service would now get that data and goes back to the controller and then view component. And now this is the template is now going to be rendered with the necessary components with this one and this one, the book title and book picture, which is being grabbed from, again, the database, which needs the backend to get that query.